Welcome back to Old Charles, your go-to channel for coin collectors, history lovers, and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into one of Australia's most iconic coins, the 1981 Australia 50-cent coin. What makes this coin so special? How much is it worth today? And should you keep one in your collection? The Australian 50-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, but the original was round and made of 80% silver. That quickly changed due to the rising value of silver, and by 1969, the current dodecagon shape, that's 12 sides, was born. The 1981 50-cent coin is part of this updated series, minted in large numbers for circulation. It features the same design introduced in 1969, but it has its own story to tell, especially for coin collectors and Aussie numismatics. On the obverse front, you'll see a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This is the second effigy of the Queen used on Australian coins. On the reverse back, you'll find the Australian coat of arms, featuring a kangaroo and an emu supporting the Commonwealth shield. This side was designed by Stuart Devlin, the royal jeweller, and it's one of the most recognized coin designs in Australian history. The coin weighs 15.55 grams, has a diameter of 31.65 mm, and is made of copper nickel, that's 75% copper and 25% nickel. Now let's talk numbers. In 1981, over 49 million 50-cent coins were minted at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. There were also foreign strikes made by the Royal Mint in London and Canada to help meet demand, so technically, you might find a 1981 coin made outside of Australia. So, how much is your 1981 Australian 50-cent coin worth today? Let's break it down based on condition and rarity. Circulated condition ***. If your coin has been used but is still readable, it's worth face value. 50 cents ***. Collectors might pay up to $1 AUD if it's in better circulated condition. Uncirculated, UNC, ***. Coins with no signs of wear can fetch between $2 to $4 AUD, depending on luster and strike. Proof or mint set coins ***. If you happen to own a 1981 coin from a proof set or mint set, those can be valued from $10 to $20 AUD, especially if kept in original packaging. Foreign mint mark coins ***. Some rare varieties made in Canada or London may have slight die differences, and certain coin errors or variations can raise the value even more, sometimes up to $50 AUD or higher, depending on collector interest. Point 1. Use a magnifier to check for any errors like doubled edges, die cracks, or rotation. Point 2. Handle with gloves. Your fingerprints can lower the grade. 3. Store coins in a dry, cool environment. Avoid PVC plastic that can damage the coin over time. Point 4. Consider grading if you think you have a rare uncirculated or error coin. This can significantly boost its market value. It may not be made of silver like its 1966 cousin, but it still holds solid value for collectors, especially in high grades or with rare varieties. Let's take a step back in time and explore the fascinating history behind the 1981 Australian 50-cent coin. The journey of the 50-cent coin in Australia began in 1966, the same year the country switched from the pound system to decimal currency. The very first 50-cent coins were round and made of 80% silver. However, these quickly disappeared from circulation because the value of silver rose higher than the coin's face value. To fix this, the Royal Australian Mint reintroduced the coin in 1969 with a completely new look, a 12-sided or dodecagonal shape, made from copper nickel instead of silver. This new version was lighter in value but retained a strong national identity with the coat of arms of Australia boldly displayed on the reverse. Fast forward to 1981, and we find ourselves in an important minting year. That year, Australia was experiencing high coin demand, and as a result, over 49 million 50-cent coins were minted, making 1981 one of the highest mintage years for this denomination. But here's something even more interesting. Not all 1981 coins were made in Australia. Due to the high demand, some of the coins were outsourced and struck at the Royal Mint in London and also by the Royal Canadian Mint. Although these four minted coins look almost identical, some experts believe there may be tiny differences in die characteristics, making them interesting for sharp-eyed collectors. The 1981 coin features the second effigy of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, which was used from 1966 until 1984. This portrait is iconic and seen across many Commonwealth nations during that era. Though made in high numbers, the 1981 50-cent coin remains a favorite among collectors, especially when found in uncirculated condition, in mint sets, or with minting errors. So while it's not rare in terms of quantity, Its connection to a unique production year and global minting makes the 1981 50-cent coin a fascinating piece of Australian coin history. Now let's talk about something that really matters to collectors: condition. When it comes to coins like the 1981 Australian 50 cent, the state of preservation plays a huge role in determining its true market value. If your coin has been used in everyday transactions, you'll notice scratches, wear on the Queen's hair or face, and fading on the coat of arms. In this condition, it's typically worth 50 cents, its face value. If it's still readable and clean, a collector might pay up to $1 AUD, but it's generally common. Coins in this condition have minimal wear and great detail. You might see only light rubbing on the highest points, like the emu or kangaroo. These are valued between $1 and $2 AUD, depending on the shine and sharpness. A coin in uncirculated condition has never been used in daily transactions. It looks fresh, with full mint luster and no signs of wear. These can sell for $2 to $4 AUD, or even higher if they are especially well struck. Special mint sets and proof coins were also made in 1981, featuring perfect strikes and often sealed in protective packaging. These can go from $10 to $20 AUD, especially if still in original mint packaging with certificates. Off-center strikes, die cracks, double edges, rotated dies, rare errors can increase the value dramatically, with some unique examples fetching $50 AUD or more, depending on rarity and condition. Whether your 1981 50-cent coin is a well-worn pocket find or a shining uncirculated gem, its condition tells its story and determines its value in the world of collectors. Always look closely, because sometimes a simple old coin can be worth much more than you think.